Hi, everyone. Welcome again. I should say welcome back to Ivy English. I'm Bruce.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Wesley.
I said welcome back because we were just with you yesterday doing our vocabulary test. Today we have an article. Get this. The title is Rabbits' Habits. What you may not know about bunnies.
Rabbits' habits.
好，那我们的中文标题呢是兔兔报道，认识这只可爱生物。那这个 habits 就是习惯，然后呢接下来说 what you may not know about， 你可能不知道，关于什么你可能不知道的事情呢？关于 bunnies 也是兔子，通常是指小兔子。
That's right. Okay, I'll read through our article. With big soft ears and round eyes, rabbits are some of the cutest animals around.They even hop and twist in the air when happy, an adorable action called a binky. Beyond all the cuteness, though, rabbits are fascinating animals to study. Rabbits boast some remarkable abilities. Rabbits can run at speeds of 30 kilometers per hour and jump more than half a meter vertically. Their ears allow them to detect sounds from up to 2.8 kilometers away. They also have an amazing vision range of almost 360 degrees. With all of these skills combined, they can easily evade their predators. One of the weird things about rabbits is that they eat their own droppings. They don't eat their regular fecal matter, but rather a special kind called cecotropes, which are packed with protein and vitamin B. Their bodies create cecotropes to help them maximize the nutrients they get from the food they digest. Some might think that rabbits live off carrots, but that's not true. Their diet is mostly made up of hay, supplemented by a small quantity of fresh vegetables. Carrots, which are high in sugar and can contribute to tooth decay, are more like a sweet treat than a regular meal. Rabbits are crepuscular, which means they are most active during dusk and dawn. That's when you'll likely spot them feeding or roaming in fields or lightly wooded areas. In the wild, rabbits live in underground tunnels called burrows. Often, groups of rabbits in one area connect their burrows together. These little rabbit communities are called warrens. Since rabbits are very social by nature, they dislike being lonely. As pets, they are much happier when raised in pairs or larger groups.
Okay, so with big, soft ears, the thing that most distinguishes a rabbit is their huge ears. And so if you're going to draw a cartoon of a rabbit, all you got to do is two big, long ears, and everyone's like, rabbit. And also round eyes, which we find cute because they look like baby eyes. The fact that they're round makes them look like baby eyes. Rabbits are some of the cutest animals around. They really are. They're not cute in behavior, though. I don't think that you should have a rabbit in your home. It's actually really, really hard to take care of a rabbit. But it's very easy to appreciate pictures of rabbits.
Yeah, 兔子很可爱哈，不过真的养在家里面呢，可能会造成蛮多麻烦的哈。那我们来看看这个句子哈，他说 with big， 它有大大的 soft 柔软的 ears， 这是它最大的特征，耳朵很长很大 ，and round eyes 圆圆的眼睛。那这个是个片语，它修饰的是主词 rabbits， 主要子句的主词 rabbits， 所以兔子有大大柔软的耳朵，还有圆圆的眼睛。那它们呢是 some of the cutest animals， 它们是最可爱的动物 around 就是 being in existence 就是存在，也就是你看得到的这个世界上存在的最可爱的动物之一就是兔子。
They even hop and twist in the air when happy, an adorable action called a binky. So we all know that rabbits hop. They don't walk. They bounce from one place to the next. They can even jump into the air and turn their body when they do that, which most people find adorable. It's so lovely. It's so easy to like. It makes you feel good. And there's even a name for that, for the rabbit. He does a binky.
Well, I mean, in animals expressing joy, you can feel their joy.
Yeah. 好，所以动物在快乐的时候，其实你是看得出来的哈。They even 就是兔子，甚至于会 hop 就是跳跃 ，and twist 会扭转或者是扭动 in the air。那在这个地方应该是在空中扭转哈，扭动。When happy 当他们很快乐的时候，他们会跳起来在空中扭动。那这是一个 adorable 就是可爱的 lovable 啊或者 charming 的一个 action。Called 被称为 a binky， 这个不用再翻译了 ，binky 就是它那个很可爱的那个在空中跳跃扭转的动作。
Beyond all the cuteness, though, rabbits are fascinating animals to study. Another way to say beyond is you could say aside from or besides. I would choose aside from, though, because you're like, yeah, that's all fine, but, you know, they're actually very interesting besides being cute. So aside from all the cuteness, rabbits are fascinating animals to study.Aside
from, A-S-I-D-E 在这里就跟 beyond 的意思差不多，也就是除了什么什么之外，除了这些可爱的这个就是可爱之外 cuteness 之外呢，这个兔子是 fascinating 迷人的动物 to study 就是修饰这个动物，也就是说它是可以研究或者值得研究的一种迷人的动物。
Rabbits boast some remarkable abilities. If something is remarkable,It's easy to talk about, and you want to mention it. It's important or interesting information. But here we're talking about abilities. So rabbits can do things that most, if not all, other animals cannot.
好 boast 在这里是骄傲地拥有的意思，所以兔子它很骄傲地拥有，也就是它拥有一些大家觉得很棒的东西，是什么东西呢？它拥有的是 remarkable 非凡的 unusual 或者是 extraordinary 的一些 abilities 一些能力。那这个短短的一个句子很有力量。
So what's one of these remarkable abilities? Well, rabbits can run at speeds of 30 kilometers per hour. I'm just going to say I normally bike at a speed of 22 kilometers an hour, and that is considered super fast. Most people bike at about 10 kilometers an hour. So a rabbit can run at speeds that I actually have to work hard to get up to on a bicycle. That's all I got to say for that. The other thing I want to say is that moose and grizzly bears, two North American animals, also can run at a maximum, or they can run up to speeds of 35 kilometers. So a rabbit can race a moose and have a chance of winning. Just saying, leaving that fact there because that's like, holy cow. Okay. They can also jump more than half a meter vertically. Vertically means up and down. So they can jump up into the air more than half a meter. So that's higher than a table. And so cats can do that. Not dogs, though, but a person would be very hard-pressed.
I mean, would be.
Well, your average person. Of course, Olympians can jump like 6 meters or something if you've been trained to do it. And those guys really amaze me. But, you know, rabbits are little. They're jumping 5 times their height, more or less. Or 3.
Yeah, you know, but that's why they're little.
They're little. Well, they're little, but they have strong legs in proportion to their bodies.
That too. Yeah. 好，所以呢，他说这个兔子呢，它可以跑 at speeds of， 就是以什么样的速度呢？它每小时可以跑时速30公里。那刚刚这个 Angel 老师也提到，其实这个灰熊还有这个大麋鹿，它们也可以每小时可以跑到30公里啊。但是这是非常快的速度，因为通常其实一般人骑脚踏车大概也没有办法骑到这个速度啊，骑到时速30公里。所以它是跑得很快。And jump， 他们跳起来呢是 more than half a meter， 会跳高度会超过半公尺。Vertically 是垂直，他们可以垂直跳那么高，所以非常会跳。
Next sentence, their ears, the bunnies or the rabbit's ears, allow them to detect sounds from up to 2.8 kilometers away. Their ears, those long, floppy, cute ears, are useful. They can detect or sense sounds. 2.8 kilometers is about 1 2/3 miles if you're more comfortable in the Old English distance measurements. That's quite a distance to be able to hear something.
那他们的耳朵呢，让他们可以如何 allow them to 让他们可以 detect 侦测 sounds 声音，从哪里来的声音呢？ From up to 来自于远达 up to 的远达 2.8 公里 away 远 这个 2.8 公里远的声音啊，最多他们可以听到 2.8 公里远的那个声音，他们可以侦测得到。
They also have an amazing vision range of almost 360 degrees. They can almost see in a full circle around themselves, which, if you're small and tasty, is a very good skill to have.
Yeah, 因为他们小小的，大概很多人很喜欢吃兔子哈，所以他要有这么好的视力才行。那他们有怎么样呢？ An amazing vision range of 好，这个就是 vision range 就是视野的范围。A vision range of 多少 degrees 就是它的视野范围有多少呢？他们兔子的视野范围是 almost 几乎有360度的视野范围。
With all of these skills combined, they can easily evade their predators. Evade is to escape from, get away from, run away from.Predators are animals that eat other animals.
好，所以 with 它具有 all of these skills， 这所有的这些技能 combined， 就英文里面常常讲 with 什么什么什么 combined， 就是有这些东西结合在一起，所以它有这么多这么好的这个技巧或者技术结合在一起呢，这样的状态之下 他们就可以 easily 很轻易地evade 就是躲过 escape from 他们可以逃脱 their predators 就是掠食者他们可以躲过可以逃过他们的掠食者。
One of the weird things about rabbits is that they eat their own droppings. Droppings is a nicer word for poo. But also droppings aren't necessarily poo in the case of the rabbit. A dropping is something that a solid thing that comes out of the body. So liquid wouldn't be called droppings.
好，所以这个 droppings 通常我们讲排便或者粪便，但是呢，通常它是 solid， 它是固体的，所以这个液体的就不会用这一个字了。那这个句子他说 weird 是奇怪的、怪异的、不寻常的 strikingly odd 或者是这个 unusual， 所以它有一些很奇怪的、奇异、怪异的事情。关于兔子是怎么样呢？是他们会吃他们自己的排便。
They don't eat their regular fecal matter.But rather a special kind called cecotropes, which are packed with protein and vitamin B. So rabbits have two kinds of poo. One is the type that most animals have and stinks and is nothing you would eat. But rabbits are very special, and they can eliminate cecotropes, which are round little balls.We've raised rabbits, so we know, which are packed with, they're full of protein and vitamin B, which is good for any animal.
好，那他说这个句子他说怎么样 ？They don't eat， 他们不会食用 their regular， 就是一般的 fecal matter， 就是我们讲的粪便啊。所以他们吃的不是一般的他们自己的粪便啊，而是怎么样？是一种 special kind， 是一种特别的一种排便 called 称为这个盲肠便cecotropes。那 which 就是指这个盲肠便呢是 are packed with 就是充满了什么这个富含什么，这个 packed 在这里就是 full 就是 completely filled with something。那它里面富含什么呢？它充满了什么呢？ protein 蛋白质，还有 vitamin B 维生素 B。Okay,
so the bodies of rabbits create cecotropes, which help them maximize the nutrients they get from the food they digest. If you maximize something, you try to get the most out of it. And that's a really good word to know in English. You can maximize your income, you can maximize nutrients, you can maximize sunlight. You could also minimize these things. The opposite of maximize is minimize, although I doubt anyone would like to minimize their nutrients or minimize their income. But you can minimize trouble, you can minimize trauma, you can minimize problems. Anyways.
Worry,
you can minimize worry. Anyways.
OK, 我们看到这个句子，他说他们的身体 create 制造或者产生这个盲肠便呢，来帮助他们 maximize 就是使最大化。那它的相反词 minimize 就是 minimize。所以这个盲肠便是让他们能够达到最大化，让什么东西达到最大化呢？ The nutrients 就是营养或者养分。那这个养分是怎么样？ They get 他们得到的 from the food they digest 从他们所消化的食物里面的养分换句话说，他们怕消化的时候还会有一些养分跑掉了，没有吸收到，所以呢他们身体就产生这个盲肠便，让他们能够 maximize 最大化的吸收这些他们所吃下去的食物的养分。
Okay, next paragraph. Some might think that rabbits live off carrots, Bugs Bunny, but that's not true. Let's find out what they do live off.
好，所以 some 就是有些人 might think 可能会想啊，因为看卡通里面好像都是这样子，所以有些人可能会认为说兔子呢 live off 就是以什么什么为生，所以很多人以为兔子是以这个萝卜为生的，他们很喜欢吃萝卜，或者是一天到晚就吃萝卜，靠这个为主食。But that's not true. 但是这不是真的。
Why is it not true? It's because their diet is mostly made up of hay. If something is made up of something, it means that thing is largely the thing they eat. So they mostly eat hay, which is dried grass, and supplemented by a small quantity of fresh vegetables. If something is supplemented by something, it means it's some extra things are added in to get some, in this case, different nutrients.
好，所以他们的 diet 他们所吃的东西呢 is mostly 主要大多数是 made up of 由什么组成呢？ hay 是这个草，好，干草，好，那 supplemented by 就是辅助以或者是补充以，所以他们主要是吃 hay， 但是呢靠什么来补充营养呢？ A small quantity of 就是少量的 quantity 是数量 fresh vegetables 新鲜的蔬菜，好，所以他们主要是吃草，然后呢辅以或者是辅助以一些少量的新鲜蔬菜。
Carrots, which are high in sugar and can contribute to tooth decay, are more like a sweet treat than a regular meal. So although we see cartoons of rabbits eating carrots all the time, actually carrots are high in sugar. When we say a food is high in something, it simply means it has a lot of it. That can contribute to tooth decay. And rabbits have beautiful and very strong teeth, so they have to protect their teeth, so they shouldn't eat a lot of carrots. But they can eat them like a sweet treat, just something occasional, now and then, rather than a regular meal. Don't feed your rabbits carrots every day.
好，所以萝卜呢 which are 就是胡萝卜啦 carrot 是胡萝卜，它是怎么样 to be high in sugar 就是含糖量很高，我们常常讲某个食物它 is high in sugar 就是含糖量高，通常这个是你看不到那个糖，它是含糖量高的意思哈。然后呢 can contribute to 是对什么有贡献，也就是造成的意思，它们可能会造成 tooth decay 就是蛀牙，中间这个 which 一直到 decay 都是插入的，所以它真正主词是 carrots， 动词是 are more like， 所以胡萝卜呢 are more like 比较像什么呢？ A sweet treat 就是甜点， treat 它是用来指好吃但是不常吃到的美食，所以对他们讲是一种很好吃的不是每天吃的这种甜点。 Then 而不是，所以 more like A than B 就它比较像是 A 而比较不是 B， 所以它比较像是个甜点美食而比较不是个 regular meal 就是正餐。
Rabbits are crepuscular, which means they are most active during dusk and dawn. So they're liminal. They like to be in the between times. I think that's because that's the best time where they can see everything around them to feed safely, but maybe other animals are not actually as active. Or it's nice and cool then, who knows?
Bats are also crepuscular, and so are deer.
Yeah, so crepuscular doesn't mean only nighttime. It means dusk and dawn.
Right.
Yeah, 好，所以呢，这个 crepuscular, which means 他们是 most active, 他们是最活跃的，是在怎么样 dusk 跟 dawn。Dusk 就是我们通常讲的黄昏，好，那这个 dawn 呢就是黎明，好，他们是黄昏跟黎明这两个时间最活跃，就是太阳在地平线底下，但是还没有完全不见的时候，那样子的状况。
Okay, next sentence. That's when you'll likely spot them feeding or roaming in fields or lightly wooded areas. So if you want to see a rabbit in its natural environment, dusk and dawn are the times, and look in fields or lightly wooded areas. That means a place where some trees, but not a lot of trees, we would say thick with trees, would tree after tree after tree after tree, not that kind of place. There's a tree here, there's a tree over there, still a different tree over there. That sort of area would be lightly wooded.
好，所以什么是 dusk and dawn 呢？他说 that's when， 也就是说在 dusk and dawn 这个时候呢，是 you are likely， 你很可能会 spot， 就是看到 them， 看到兔子，干嘛呢？ spot them feeding， 看到他们在吃草，这个地方它是感官动词的用法 spot them feeding， 或者是看到他们 roaming， 就是漫步在 fields 田野，或者是 lightly wooded areas， 就是有点树木，树木不浓密的这些地区。那如果树木很浓密，就像刚刚 Bruce 老师说的，你会讲 thick with trees。
In the wild, rabbits live in underground tunnels called burrows. Burrow is basically something that you dig, and so we associate burrow with like basically dirt caves that you have dug out.
好，所以在野外 in the wild， 兔子住在 underground 地底下的 tunnels， 就是隧道，那我们称之为 burrows， 就是 burrows 就是指动物挖掘居住的一些洞穴。
Often, groups of rabbits in one area connect their burrows together. Rabbits are not solitary. They're not alone. They like to be with other rabbits, whether they're eating or where they live underground. There may be many, many burrows.
好，所以呢，这个地方讲到说，通常或者常常 often groups of rabbits in one area， 一个地区的不同群的或者一群的兔子呢，会 connect their burrows together， 他们会把他们的这个 burrows 把它们连接在一起。
These little rabbit communities are called warrens.
好，所以呢，这些小小的兔子的 communities 社区被称之为 warrens。好 ，warrens 中文就是指这个交错相连的兔子洞。
Since rabbits are very social by nature, they get along in numbers together. They dislike being lonely. Don't raise just one rabbit. When we raised rabbits, we had 2, and they lived with us for 6 or 7 years.
好，所以兔子非常的 are very social， 就他们社交性很强。By nature 就天性，他们天性社交性很强。那他们不喜欢 dislike being lonely， 他们不喜欢寂寞。
As pets, they are much happier when raised in pairs, as Bruce just said, or larger groups.
好，所以作为宠物呢，他们是会更快乐，而且会快乐很多。当他们被养 raised 就是被养，是 in pairs 是成双成对的养，或者是 larger groups 或者一整群，他们会比较快乐啊。所以他们最好不要，你千万不要养兔子，只养一只。
Okay, we've got a few questions here for you to review and help you remember the content of this article better. Number 1, what do we learn about rabbits from the passage?
关于兔子，我们从本文得知什么事情呢？
Well, we learned a lot of things, but the only one that was in the article is C. They jump in the air to show they are in high spirits, to show that they are happy. That's what they call a binky.
好，答案是 C， 他们在空中跳跃来表示他们心情很好。
Number 2, what does the word evade in the second paragraph mean?
第二段里面那个 evade 是什么意思呢？
The answer is B, avoid.
答案是 B, avoid 避免。
Number 3, which of the following is not discussed in the passage?
下列哪一项没有在本文中探讨呢？
And the answer is B, the mating habits of rabbits.
答案是 B, 兔子的交配习性。
And number 4, in which paragraph would the following sentence be most suitable?
下列句子最适合放在哪一段呢？
Now, the sentence in question is, they typically house between 6 and 8 rabbits, but some may be even larger. So if you house somebody, you give them a home. So the they is basically warrens, and we talked about that in the last paragraph. So the answer is D, the last paragraph.
好，这个 they 在这里应该指的是 the warrens， 所以呢，他们通常或者是典型会有6到8只兔子，但是有的可能会更大。那谈到这个东西，应该是在最后一段，所以答案选 D。
Right, so that's it for Bunnies for today. Until then,
Bye-bye.